Yeah, after the second summer league game, my biggest takeaway is Bronny James looks fantastic. He looked like the best athlete on the court. His jumper looked natural, and his athleticism pops. I mean, it really pops off the screen. He had one or two plays. Now, I got to tell you, in full transparency, I only saw the first quarter. I thought I recorded the entire game. I was going to go back to it. I didn't record it. So I only saw the first quarter. But I bring up Bronny James kind of confidently because, a lot of times all you need to do is watch a couple of minutes of a game, and you see a guy, or maybe a couple of guys, make a couple of plays. And you know that those guys are a step above everybody else. That's what Bronny James looked like in this second preseason game. He looked a cut above everybody else. In his confidence, in his athleticism, in the way he moved, in his comfort. He just looked a step above everyone else. I mean, he looks like he was working all summer. So that's fantastic. The one thing I have to note is at the end of the day, he's 6'2". And at 6'2", you have to be able to handle the ball, distribute. Now look, in all fairness, we've seen guys who were 6'2" and they played bigger. It doesn't look like he could play bigger. So he's going to have to get his handle right, and he's going to have to transition into more of a point guard. If he could do that, he is a legit NBA player. You could see it. And then towards the end of last season, at last regular season, you could see it. His confidence came up. He was not thinking so much. It was all natural. It all looked like it flowed naturally. And that's what it looked like last night. He looked a cut above everyone else. And that's what you want to see. And I just hope that the Lakers institute a player development system that pushes him more towards the point guard position. We've all seen many point guards come and go through the NBA. And a lot of times, it's binary. You don't know, is this cat going to pick up the point guard position or is he not? And that's what Bronny James has to work on. If he could pick up the point guard position, right, get his handle tight. Dude is a legit NBA player, and I'll be the first to tell you. When the Lakers drafted him, I was a little bit pissed because I thought he was a novelty. He was like a pink pony. He was, one of them donkeys that they in Tijuana that they spray paint black and white and call them zebras. He was like just and not a joke, but I mean he was a favor. I'll put it like that. He was a favor. He does not look like a favor. Right? The way he was playing, he did not look like a favor. And props to him. Props to him, man. Don't Knect. Don't Knect looks out of place. Don't Knect looks like he is lost. Like he doesn't know what his role is. Like his confidence may have been shattered. And I get it. He looks like, look, how do you come in the NBA and do what he did over the first 20 games? And then over the course of the last, 30, 40 games or so, you look like trash. You often look like trash. And that's a confidence thing. You don't come into the NBA and kick ass the way he kicked ass and then end the season, especially your rookie season. Everyone expects you to hit a wall. I get that. Most rookies hit a wall. I'm talking about looking like the steal of the draft in the first 20 games. And then towards the end of the season, over the last 20 to 30 games, you look like straight trash. And then you come into Summer League and, I'll just say, dude looks like trash. If his jump shot is not falling, and that's the other thing I'll say about that. I'm not tripping about his jump shot not falling. If you notice, I didn't say anything about Bronny James scoring. I don't know what his stats were. It doesn't matter to me. Not when you're playing Summer League, it doesn't matter to me. How do you look? That's what matters. We all have an idea of what these guys can do. How did you look? It's a decent shot that Don't Knect started the season kind of in a slump. Okay, I ain't tripping about that. But he looks lost. He doesn't look confident. He looks a little weak. And I understand. I think we all know why. In part, we know why. They say the dude is a gym rat, so I suspect he's been working. But if he's been working, man, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Darius Bazley. That dude looks like an NBA player. Does he look like the sixth man? No. But he looks like an NBA player. I think he's going to get caught up, though. Caught up at the margins. And what I mean by that is, in my opinion, your 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th spots should be projects. We should have Bronny James, Adu Thero, Eric Dixon, and don't connect there. You could maybe swap one of those guys out for a big man that's a project. But in my opinion, those positions need to be projects. And Darius Bazley, he is not quite a rotation player. And he's not a project. He's going to get squeezed by the margins, man. And that's what I see. Because had he developed, had he been given the chance to develop, then that would have been one thing. But it looks like the dude is kind of just not good enough to be a rotation player, and not bad enough to be at the end of someone's bench, And that's what I took away from him. I like his game. Could he come in and play NBA minutes? It's kind of, who knows, But I like his game. And going back to Dalton Knect, I'm afraid that's what's going to happen to Dalton Knect. Dalton Knect is 24. He'll be 25 soon, I think. He is not quite that project player. On the Lakers, he sure as hell ain't a rotation player either. And I'm not saying that because the Lakers have so many great players. I'm saying that because the Lakers have decided he is not a rotation player. And if they happen to go pick up Bradley Beal, that's it. They're not going to give the dude a shot. Again, that guy, he's an enigma, man. Because the way he started last season as a rookie, a lot of people want to say, oh, he was just hot. Well, if you could say that over the course of 20 games, and over the course of the last 20 games, the last 30 games, you could say he was just cold. That logic does not follow. So if the Lakers refuse to give him a shot, and like I said in my last video, and many of you already know, I'm the biggest fan of Dalton Knect. I think he's fantastic. I think he's going to be a 20-something per game scorer in the NBA. But if the Lakers have chosen, they just have kind of blindly chosen that this dude ain't it, that those first 20 games in which he helped us out immensely were a flash in the pan, you should trade him. You should trade him. If the Lakers happen to get Bradley Beal at that point, I think he got to go. So anyway, that's my takeaway from the summer league game. As you could tell, I'm not hung up on the numbers so much. You could watch a game and you could figure it out. And watching the game, hey man, that's my takeaway. Bronny James looks fantastic. He just needs to work on his ball handling and initiating and point guarding skills. That's what he needs to work on. Don't connect. Looks kind of like trash. Looks like trash. If his shot was falling, that flips. It's a 180. Then he looks great. But it's just that his game is so one-dimensional right now, and so kind of in between. He looks like a man with no country. And Darius Bazley, I like his game. Jemison, irrelevant. His game was irrelevant. It's a decent. The way the dude plays, what he gives you in the summer league looks like kind of like what he may give you during the regular season against NBA competition. It's almost like the dude is just like this, right? Just a steady, constant line. I thought I saw more from him in the regular season. And I'll tell you this too. You got to remember this. Some players play better against better competition. I knew this dude, this cat named Stan, man. I knew him, and when we were young, I'm talking about like 13, 14 years old, dude played like trash. But you get him in the game against some 17 and 18-year-olds, and you're saying, yo, who is that? This kid is 13, 14. You get him in the game against 17 and 18-year-olds, and his game just elevates. And I've seen guys whose game is like that. You know, you put them in a game against poor competition, and they tend to play poorly. You put them in a game against better competition, and it's like their energy just naturally goes up. It's not that they aren't trying against the poor competition. And I think this might be some of the case with Don't Connect. It's not that they're not trying. It has nothing to do with their effort. It's just naturally. You guys ever heard of a guy named Nicolas Skidishvili? Nicolas Skidishvili was a 7-foot, 1-inch player on Denver. Denver drafted him right before Nene Hilario. Do you guys remember Nene Hilario? Nene? Well, Nicolas Skidishvili killed the summer league, killed the preseason, and then when he got to the NBA regular season, he was not an NBA player. And every summer, somebody would pick this dude up, Nicolas Skidishvili. They pick him up and try to bring him in and see if he could make what he did in summer league and in preseason project out to the NBA regular season. And that one step, right? Because college is one thing, summer league is another thing, preseason is something else, and the NBA is where you know, right? And the playoffs is definitely where you figure it out. And this dude, Nicolas Skidishvili, he just couldn't get over the hump. There was something about it. He just couldn't do it. And that guy flamed out. You guys probably never heard of him, but you should Google him because he's a summer league legend. He killed it in the summer league. The dude just couldn't do shit when the competition reached a certain level. Which, again, is why I am kind of encouraged by Bronny James. His athleticism is top 10%. Top 10%. You just watch him how he moves. Top 10%. And that's another reason why I think Dalton Knect will be better against better competition. At least we all better hope so. If they don't trade him, we better hope so. Anyway, that's what I saw. Please like and subscribe, and I'll hit you next time.